All right, Shalom, Shalom Yisrael, Koholoi Malaya Hawa, Bahashem Yawashai, Bahashem Akakwadash, double honors to our elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Salutations to the elect Akim across the globe that are doing the work in truth and in sincerity and in charity. And Shalom to the few sincere Aquas that are watching, listening, and learning. This is Daniel Abba here from the GMS Chicago camp. Lord willing, coming back at you with another edifying video. All right, and was watching videos on the global supply food shortage. All right, and the video that I was watching ended. This video came up next, and ended up watching it. And there's a food plant, Tyson Foods, permanently closing Jocelyn beef plant, cutting over 2,500 jobs. All right, and we're at the end of America, man. The American dream. All right, it no longer exists, man. All right, it's becoming a nightmare, for everyone. All right, times are getting hard. Everything's expensive. The cost of food's expensive to the roof. Rent is expensive, and at the same time, hey, your job's not giving you a raise. And at the same time, hey, people are losing their jobs, man. So hey, people are struggling. They're feeling it, man. All right, and hey, as we get closer and closer to the end, all right, the more and more harder and bitter it's going to get, man. All right, and every day, every new day is a day closer to the end, man. To Yahushua's return, man. But I'm gonna play this video and let the precepts ride as well.
A massive development in Joslin, Illinois, where the hundreds of cars you see now on your screen were people who found out that their jobs at the Tyson plant were gone. That breaking coverage.
Seems like this happened out of nowhere, man. Like unexpectedly. Usually when companies, go out of business, they let their workers know, that they're going out of business months ahead, man, weeks ahead. All right, not just you go to work the next day and you get there, then with the boss or manager or whatever, hey, we're going out of business. You guys have no more work, man. So this was unexpectedly, man. Caught people by surprise, man.
10 tonight. Good evening. I'm William Ingalls. The Tyson facility in Joslin is shutting down, leaving more than 2,500 people scrambling. Wow. This is the letter those workers got this afternoon confirming the plant's permanent closure.
I haven't read this letter, actually, but this letter serves as a notice from Tyson Foods of the difficult decision to permanently close its Joslin, Illinois complex. Your position will be eliminated as part of the plant closure. Jobs, duties, and harvest operation will end on or around August 13, 2026, and duties and processing operations will end or around August 14, 2026. Wow.
Workers will get paid for the next 2 months, but the job some have leaned on for years is gone. The Tyson Foods plant is located in Joslin. That plant began operations in 1983 under the ownership of Iowa Beef Processors. You can tell by the map, it was a central part to the local and regional economy. But why is a company that's called the area home for so long closing its doors with next to no notice? Well, the breadcrumbs were public as of about 10 days ago on the company's earnings call. Tyson told shareholders they expect losses around $650 million this fiscal year in its beef processing sector alone. Company officials claim cattle shortages and high livestock costs are to blame for
that's what's coming, man. Food shortages, global food shortages. With the war going on in the Middle East and the conflict going on in the Straits of Hormuz, all right, there's petroleum shortages, fuel shortages, all right, gas is going to continue to skyrocket, as well as I was watching that, if I'm not mistaken, Ukraine produces the most, wheat, all right, for Europe and globally. All right, and with this war going on, hey, we're gonna feel it, man. All right. Also, with climate change and temperature change, it's El Nino. A lot of cattle are dying. The crops here in America are not doing so well. So yeah, a famine is looming around the corner, man.
That massive loss. But that reasoning doesn't do much for the workers who now only have a few weeks to find where their next paycheck is coming from. KWQC's Elizabeth Ruggiero talked to some of those workers who learned their career at Tyson was over.
For decades, the Tyson complex in Joslyn has been the heartbeat of this community, but that beat went silent this afternoon. As workers arrived for their shift, they weren't sent to the production line. They were funneled into the cafeteria to receive a letter that many say felt like a betrayal.
When people started fighting, people were yelling, people were crying. I know people that have been here for 30 plus years. I know people that have been here as little as 3 days.
Tyson says the decision comes down to economics, rising beef prices, and lack of cattle. But for the 2,700 people who work behind these gates, the why doesn't matter as much as the what now. While they'll be paid through October, the loss of health insurance and steady work is a reality that is starting to sink in.
It's devastating. All these people without jobs, I take medication that costs $300 a month. And insurance don't cover. Now I have to weigh in on that. I have to watch what I do, I guess. I don't know.
Rita Newton has been with Tyson for 11 years. She says the plant felt like a family that's now being split up for a company's bottom line. Though workers' new contract talks stalled this summer, an announcement like this didn't seem like a remote possibility.
How do you just drop a bomb like that in a day? People coming in for their shift, and guess what? Go home. No more job.
All right. As I get that, had this scripture in mind. What does it say? 12:3, I believe. And it reads, in the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble. And the keepers of the house is talking about, these elites. All right. They're trembling because they see that their kingdom is going down. They see what's about to come, a great economic collapse, a great reset, famines. All right, they know the prophecies. They know Yahweh Shai is on his way back in the big chariot. They know that their time is running out, and they're trembling, man. And the strong men shall bow themselves, and the grandeur cease, because they are a few. All right, and that's what you see happening in this video that I'm showing you. Grinding is season, work is season. All right, those workers, 2,500 workers got laid off. All right, on a short notice. All right, and now they're left without a job, man. All right, and those that look out the windows be darkened, and they're looking at their future, and there's nothing but darkness, man. All right, no more American dream is gonna be an American nightmare. And the door shall be shut in the streets when the sound of the grinding is low. All right, and pretty soon that Tyson factory is gonna have a sign, thank you for your 30 years of service, but unfortunately we had to close and go out of business. All right, the grinding is low. All right, and the door shall be shut in the streets when the sound of the grinding is low. And he shall rise up at the voice of the bird. And they're going to get up at the voice of the bird, nature's alarm clock, and they're not going to have a job. All right. And all the daughters of music shall be brought low. All right. So, music today is garbage. But going back to the video.
That's right. Go home. No more job. People leaving today from work are getting stopped. Hey, don't come back tomorrow. How do you do that to people?
A company that brought thousands of people down this road every day is expected to be a ghost town by Monday, with no plans to replace it anytime soon.
Oh, yeah.
In Joslyn, Elizabeth Ruggiero, KWQC TV 6 News.
The Tyson closure even got the attention of Governor J.B. Pritzker. While he offered support and resources to the affected workers, he put the blame on cattle prices squarely on the Trump administration between the war in Iran and tariffs. Meanwhile, Republican State Senator Lee Ariano...
Things that are happening in the Middle East, man, it's definitely affecting us in our day-to-day life, man. All right.
Jr. feels there's a different place to put the blame. He says the Tyson closure is a reflection of Illinois' business climate and believes the state will stay in a tailspin unless changes happen soon.
All right. Got one more precept that's in the back of my mind, and whatever the Spirit gives unto me. This is Jeremiah 51. And I start at verse 7. Babylon, which today is America, all right, hath been a golden cup in Yahweh's hand, all right, that made all the earth drunken. And America has made these nations drunken with this doctrine, with this democracy. The nations have drunken over wine, therefore the nations are mad. And these nations had enough of America's democracy, right, of America invading their country and enforcing their way of life upon them, right, because the way of America's life, man, is no life, man. All right, they allow LGBTQ shit to run rampant, right, weak men, and they give more power to the women. And everything's completely out of order, man. These nations don't like that shit. They ain't with that shit, man. So these nations are pissed, man. All right. Babylon is suddenly fallen and destroyed, and that's what we're seeing take place right now, man. All right. Babylon, America's falling, man. All right. Howl for her. Take balm for her pain. If so, she may be healed. We would have healed Babylon, but she's not healed. All right. And there's no healing Babylon, man. You're going to see more and more videos of what we just saw, man, and in these upcoming weeks and months, man, of factory laying off 3,000 workers, 10,000 workers on a short notice. 10,000 people are jobless and can't feed their families. All right, so it's only gonna get more rougher, man. All right, forsake her and let us go, everyone into his own country. For her judgment reaches unto heaven and is lifted up even to the skies. All right, and the Lord has a great judgment for America, man. All right, the missiles, man. All right, America's gonna be struck with missiles. All right, America has had its time to be in rulership. All right, now it's going down, man. And this year was America's birthday, 250th anniversary of American rulership, and average empire or kingdom, only last about 250 years. All right, so we're at the end of this place. America does not have another 250 years to go, man. All right, we're at the end of America, and this is beautiful news, man. All right, seeing these people get laid off, man. But, that was it to that. Hopefully it was a fine video. Call on Yahweh Bahashim al-Shai, Bahashim al-Kakodash. Double honors to the apostles, salutations to the elect. Till next time, Shalom and a Baba Ball and Kwame Nasrallah.